was finished. They looked me dead in the eyes and saw silence, not knowing silence was me holding back the storm. They called it defeat when I stepped away, when I walked off without saying a word. They mistook my calm for weakness, my patience for surrender. But they forgot what happens when a wounded beast returns. They forgot that the ones who keep quiet are the ones who calculate. While they laughed, I was sharpening blades. While they whispered, I was preparing for war. While they moved forward, high on their petty victories, I was beneath the surface, turning pain into power, shame into armor, and vengeance into a mission. They thought I vanished, but I was building. I was bleeding in silence so I could roar with scars. They'll choke on the air when I rise. They'll feel it in their bones before they see me. And when they do, it'll be too late to run. See, they always bet on noise, on the ones who brag, flex, and show off for cheap approval. But I'm not them. I'm not the kind who talks just to be heard. I talk to destroy. And now, I've got something to say that'll echo in every coward who once doubted me. They tried to bury me, but I ain't a corpse. They planted a weapon, and now I'm back, harder, colder, darker. Every fake smile, every back turned, every "you'll never make it." I carry it with me like a loaded gun. I walk with it. I breathe with it. And when I strike, I won't miss. They thought they were ending me. Nah, they were just triggering my transformation. They built the villain they now fear, because I gave them every chance to stand with me. But they spat on loyalty. So now they'll watch me climb, and I'll make sure they see every damn step. Let them watch. Let them stare. Let their guilt eat them alive. When they realize the one they abandoned became the one they can't stop. I'll move with purpose. I'll move with violence. I'll drag their names through the dirt they left me in. And I'll rise out of it like it was made for me. They tried to dim the fire, but they didn't know I am the fire. And now I'm blazing, burning everything they ever thought they built. No more waiting, no more mercy. The war they started will be finished by my hands, and I'll smile as I crush what they worship. Their peace, their pride, their lies. I'll shatter it all. Because this time I'm not coming back to fit in. I'm coming back to dominate. I'll leave scars so deep in their minds, they'll flinch at my shadow. They think I want revenge. No, I want domination. I want them crawling while I stand tall. I want them whispering my name with fear in their throats. I want them to see me at the summit, just as a winner, but as the monster they created. I will not just return. I will explode through the gates they tried to lock. They'll learn that you don't provoke a soul that's been broken, rebuilt, and fueled by betrayal. Every drop of blood I shed, every night I cried alone, every breath I took while grinding in silence, that was me forging my empire. And now I step forward. Now I crush everything in my path. And I won't stop until the air tastes like justice and the sky screams my name. I will show them. Oh, I will show them all. They'll pretend they don't notice when I rise. That's how they operate. Act blind until the light's too bright to ignore. Then they'll scramble, try to rewrite history, say they believed in me from the start. But I remember the silence when I needed a voice beside mine. I remember the eyes that looked away when I was sinking. I remember the hands that never reached, the backs that turned, the whispers that cut deeper than blades. They fed off my downfall, smirked like it was a joke, watched like spectators at a circus while I bled in front of them. But what they forgot is that pain remembers, that rejection has a memory, that every moment I was left behind was another reason to come back 10 times harder. I don't forget. I engrave. And now I'm lacing my fists with every betrayal, turning every scar into fuel, every no into a roar that'll break their damn bones when I speak. I'm not here to be understood. I'm here to make them regret ever doubting what I could become. They called me soft when I showed emotion, called me weak when I cared. But I ain't soft. I ain't weak. I was human. And now I'm something else. I buried that old version of me. The one who hoped, who trusted, who waited for them to change. He's gone. What's left is rage sculpted into discipline, grief melted into strategy, and betrayal forged into a war plan. I ain't looking for peace anymore. I'm looking for a battlefield. Because peace was never mine to have in their world. They gave it to each other. Saved it for the loud, the fake, the easy to like. And me, I was the reminder of everything they were afraid to become. Raw, real, and unfiltered. That scared them. So they pushed me out, left me in the cold like I was nothing. But now the cold raised me. The cold taught me how to hunt. And now I'm coming back with teeth, not tears. I'm coming back to haunt their comfort and rip their delusions apart, one by one. Let them pray. Let them hope I forgot. I didn't. I held it all like a vow. While they partied, I rested, I rebuilt. I trained my mind to be ruthless, my will to be untouchable. I cut out comfort like it was poison. I replaced sleep with strategy. Every day they didn't believe in me. I was stacking reasons to break them. Not physically, psychologically. I want them to feel it in their chest when they see me win. I want their breath to stutter when my name comes up in conversations they can't escape. I want them to know I did it without them. I made it without their fake support, without their half-hearted claps, without their crooked smiles. I want them to understand that their absence was my teacher, and it taught me this: the world bows to those who don't quit. And I never fucking did. They'll call it a comeback, but it's not. Comebacks are for the forgiven. This is revenge. This is what it looks like when a storm learns to walk. This is the echo of every ignored message, every fake laugh, every time they said he's not enough. They'll wish they stayed on my side when I was kind, because the one who's returning isn't here to rebuild bridges. He's here to burn every damn one they thought they could cross. I'll make the road, to me, unreachable. Let them try to chase what they once rejected. I'll be too far ahead, too high, too damn ruthless to hear their apologies. I'm not the type to give second chances. I'm the type to leave lessons. And mine, it's gonna hurt. Because I'll succeed so hard it'll bruise their pride for life. They'll see me everywhere. On the throne, in the shadows, in their nightmares. I'll become the ghost of what they could have stood beside, but chose to bury. So let the weak hide. Let the fake pretend. Let the cowards whisper behind closed doors. I'm not here for any of them. I'm here for me. For the fire they tried to kill. For the hunger they called too much. For the storm they feared would become real. And now it is. I am. And I swear on everything I've lost, everything I've suffered through, everything they made me endure, I will show them. Not by telling, not by proving, but by dominating. By winning so hard, so loud, so unforgivably, that silence will be their only answer. They always wanted control. That's why they hated me. Because I couldn't be caged, couldn't be tamed. I wasn't designed to fit in with sheep. I wasn't meant to nod my head and follow the rules that cowards wrote to feel powerful. And the moment I chose to walk alone, they panicked. The moment I stopped needing their approval, I became dangerous. That's when the sabotage started. The whispers, the distance, the fake concern. He's changed, they said. No, I evolved. I saw the truth. I saw through the masks they wore, smiling to my face, stabbing behind my back. And they hated that I stayed standing. They hated once again like a starving dog waiting at their door. But I ain't starving, I'm hunting. And the only thing I'm after now is destruction, not chaos. Number, I'm too calculated for that. I want surgical destruction, step by step, hit by hit. Success so precise it'll suffocate them while they smile on the outside and scream on the inside. They don't understand what they unleashed. They think pain breaks people. And yeah, sometimes it does, but not me. Pain reassembled me. It tore me down to nothing and rebuilt me with rage, steel, and silence. I became a machine. I stopped bleeding. I started calculating. I stopped crying. I started building. I don't pray for healing anymore. I train for war. I don't wish for peace. I aim for dominance. This ain't about proving them wrong. I don't need to prove anything to anyone. This is about making them irrelevant. This is about rising so far above them that their opinions can't even touch the bottom of my boots. That's what they don't get. I don't want revenge to feel good. I want it to last. I want it to haunt. I want it to echo in every damn room they walk into. I want them to smile through gritted teeth when they hear my name and know they had their chance and lost it forever. They'll say I got lucky, that I changed, that I sold out. They'll invent any lie they need just to sleep at night, because the truth will burn too deep. The truth is, they had front row seats to watch me win, and they left early. They could have been there. They could have been part of it, but they traded gold for dust. And now, they'll watch dust choke them while I wear gold like armor. I'm not here for applause. I'm not here for recognition. I'm here to leave a legacy so ruthless, it makes them wish they had never crossed me. I want them to feel that regret in their gut every time they hit a wall, knowing I became the wall. That every closed door they face is one I locked. That every time they scream for help, silence answers. And it sounds like me. That's what I want. That's what I'm creating. A life so loud, so strong, so brutal. It becomes their karma. Because this ain't just about me anymore. It's about every time they tried to silence the different one, the focused one, the intense one, the one who didn't laugh at their fake jokes or chase their fake love. They hated that I moved different, that I dreamed bigger, that I thought deeper. I was a mirror, and mirrors terrify the shallow. I made them see what they were running from. So they tried to erase me, tried to isolate me, tried to twist the story to make me the villain. But guess what? I'll wear that label. I'll embrace it. Because villains get things done. Villains don't beg. They take. taking everything they thought I'd never touch. Respect, power, position. And I'm taking it without compromise, without softening, without apologizing. I'll stand on that summit not to wave, but to look down and make sure they never forget what they lost. So let them talk, let them boast, let them fake smile their way through life, pretending they're ahead. Deep down, they know, they feel it. Something's coming, and it's me, the one they left for dead, the one they thought they could erase. I've returned with vengeance in my breath, with fire in my veins, and with the truth in my fists. And I swear to every second I've been ignored, abandoned, betrayed, I will show them. I'll turn every doubt into dominance, every insult into ammunition, every scar into a symbol. And when they look up and see me unshaken, unbreakable, unstoppable, that'll be their hell. They don't even know what's waiting for them. They think I'm just another shadow passing by, another forgotten name in their history of betrayals. They think I'll disappear again, just like before, fade back into silence, break beneath pressure, vanish into nothing. But that's where they're wrong. This time, I didn't come back to play. I came back to conquer. This version of me doesn't bend, doesn't blink, doesn't beg. I've killed the part of me that ever needed them. I buried that version deep beneath layers of pain. And from that grave rose someone they ain't ready to face. I'm the storm that outlasted the drought, the flame that survived the flood, the soul that clawed out of its own grave. I don't need their validation. I need their screams. I want them to wake up at night, choking on regret. I want my success to be the ghost that haunts them in daylight, that eats at their spine every time they scroll past my name. That's the level I'm on now. Not revenge, eradication. Erase their illusion of power, shatter their fake peace, and do it all with a smile forged from silence. They should have known better, should have recognized what they were dealing with. I wasn't born from comfort. I was born in war, raised in rejection, built in the dark. I learned to survive with nothing. I made armor out of absence. I stitched wounds with willpower. And I kept moving when most would have collapsed. So now, they're not up against a man. They're up against every sleepless night I survived. Every empty room I filled with discipline. Every moment they laughed, thinking I was done. That's who they're up against. And there ain't no apologies coming from me. Only impact. Only domination. I'm not stepping around them. fiercely, they'll feel it in their bones, like a war drum echoing in the distance, growing louder, faster, closer, until it's too late to run, until they're on their knees, wishing they never spoke my name with disrespect. This ain't about recognition. I don't care if they admit they were wrong. I'm not here to be accepted back into their circles. I'll set fire to their circles and build empires from the ashes. I want them to look around one day and realize they're surrounded by mediocrity while I carved my name into the sky. I want them to know that the one they mocked became the standard, that every rule they follow now echoes with my footsteps. They'll copy me. They'll mimic my fire, steal my words, imitate my path, then deny it, as if their pride is more important than truth. Let them lie. Let them choke on the taste of everything I turned into gold, while they sat watching from the sidelines. They'll wear masks, fake smiles, and pretend to be untouched by my rise. But deep down, they'll be bleeding, because truth has a way of carving through lies. And I am truth, sharpened by pain, delivered by vengeance. They'll try to flip the script, play victim, say I changed. And yeah, I did. I changed into the version of myself that doesn't beg, that doesn't ask, that doesn't explain. I owe them nothing. Not a call, not a message, not a warning. Just action. Just results. Just silence so loud it makes their ears ring. I'll make them feel like they're the ones being watched now, the ones being judged, the ones wondering who's coming for them, until they realize it's not just anyone, it's me, the one they left, the one they doubted, the one they tried to break. And I'll walk in like I own everything, because I do, because I earned it, not with luck, not with shortcuts, but with fire, with pain, with war. And that's something they'll never be able to fake. So let them talk, let them doubt, let them lie to themselves. Because I ain't coming to prove, I'm coming to crush, to dominate, to make my victory so undeniable, it erases their version of the story. So even their children will know who I am. So even their silence will speak my name. And I swear, on everything I've been through, on every tear they thought made me weaker, I will show them. Not once, not loud, but over and over again, quiet, ruthless, consistent, unstoppable. They made a choice. That's what they'll have to live with. They'll have to wake up every single day knowing they chose to leave me behind. Knowing they played the fool when I was the one writing the script. I gave them chances. promises, too many. I gave them loyalty, realness, respect. I gave them the kind of presence you don't find twice. And what did they do? They spit on it, took it for granted, laughed like I was disposable, like I was just another name on their list of forgettable souls. But they're gonna learn, because now I'm not just coming back. I'm coming for everything. Everything they thought I'd never touch. Every level they told me I'd never reach. Every crown they said wasn't mine to wear. I'm not just gonna rise. I'm gonna eclipse everything they believe in. I'm gonna move so high, so cold, so far beyond their reach. They'll need binoculars just to remember what it felt like to be close to me. And when they stretch out their hands to reach again, they'll find nothing but shadows and silence. Because I'm done. And the version of me they remember, he's gone for good. They think time heals things. The years will make me soft. That I'll eventually come around, forget it all, and maybe even greet them with a smile. Nah, I'm not healing. I'm hardening. I'm not forgiving. I'm weaponizing. And time made me sharper, colder, cleaner. Now I don't move with emotion. I move with precision. I see through people before they even open their mouths. I can hear the lie in the silence before it even arrives. They taught me that. They trained me for that. They broke me enough times that I became immune to the games. Now I'm playing one of my own. Only difference, I don't play to win. I play to end. I don't bluff. I don't stall. I strike. And I make sure that when I do, it's felt. Not just seen. Not just heard. But felt deep in the soul. I want their pride to tremble. I want their fake confidence to crack. I want them to realize they're not even in my league anymore. They're just background noise to the symphony of vengeance I'm composing. They'll reach out someday. They'll try. Pretend they didn't mean it. Say they were confused, broken, lost. That they didn't know what they had. They'll call it a misunderstanding, a phase, a mistake. But I'm not interested in their excuses. I'm interested in making them eat their choices. Every "you'll never make it," every silent treatment, every time they watch me suffer and shrugged, I've carved that into my memory like a monument. That's what they'll face. Not the man they wronged, but the legacy of what they created. Because I'm no longer just a man. I'm a statement, a symbol, a reminder that some souls, once abandoned, don't die. They become legends. And they'll spend the rest of their miserable lives watching from the bottom while I build at the top. No handouts, no forgiveness, just cold, clean distance between me and the ashes they sit in. They thought I'd stay down because I kept quiet, because I didn't fight back the way they expected, because I didn't scream, because I let them walk. But silence ain't surrender, it's strategy. I let them think they won because I wanted them comfortable. I wanted them exposed. And now, they're vulnerable, unarmed, thinking they're safe, while I'm already inside the gates. I've infiltrated every level of the system they believed in. Their lies don't work here. Their pride don't scare me. Their fake love can't touch me. I've already ripped off their masks. I see them now. And I've got the patience to wait. To strike when it hurts most. Not physically. Spiritually. I'll dismantle the illusion they've built around their identity. I'll make them question their own worth when they realize they were nothing but obstacles in my training. That their rejection didn't stop me. It prepared me. And now, I move like death itself, unseen, until it's too damn late. So let the world watch. Let them all lean in. Let the ones who doubted sit front row. And the ones who left pretend they never did. Because I'm about to give a performance they'll never forget. No encore, no curtain call. Just raw, relentless domination. A path so powerful, it leaves nothing standing but truth. And that truth is simple. I will show them. Not with mercy, not with kindness, but with power, with pain, with presence. Until the only thing louder than my silence is my name. I watch them now. These cowards, parading like victors in a battle they never even fought. They flaunt their cheap wins, measure success by likes, applause, attention, validation that means nothing in the real world. That's the disease they carry. Ego built on nothing. Confidence glued together by claps from people just as lost. And me, I stayed out of it. I vanished from their games. I disappeared from their noise. And while they were out there feeding off hollow praise, I was in the trenches building something untouchable. I was taking my pain and stacking it like bricks. I was molding my silence into weapons, forging discipline from isolation, perfecting the art of being underestimated. That's the deadliest advantage. They never see you coming when they think you're gone. They let their guard down. They laugh louder. They grow careless. And by the time they realize you're back, it's not as the man they remember. It's as the storm they can't escape. I want that moment to haunt them. That split-second realization that I didn't disappear. I evolved. And they stayed the same. Weak. Fake. Loud. Empty. They thought they feeding me disrespect, and I keep showing up like a dog. But I ain't built like that. I was never theirs to use, never theirs to tame. And now I walk a path they ain't even equipped to survive on. The terrain I've traveled, it breaks people. The nights I endured, they drown people. The demons I've faced, they own people. But I came out of it with fire in my blood and death in my eyes. I don't flinch anymore. I don't trust smiles. I don't believe words. I read energy. I study moves. I watch everything. And when I move with purpose. No noise, no warnings, just results. That's the difference between me and them. They want to be seen. I want to be remembered. They want approval. I want impact. And I'll leave mine carved into the bones of every soul that counted me out. I've seen it too many times. How they switch up when you glow. How they come back with fake. I always knew stories. But not with me. I won't give them that chance. I won't let them rewrite the past just to sneak into my future. I'll remind them exactly who they were when I needed them. I'll remind them who stayed silent when I broke, who clapped when I failed, who smirked when I fell. And I'll return those memories like bullets. No words, just reminders. No access, just barriers. I want them to know that the door they once walked through with ease is now locked, boarded, burned. I want them to sit in the same silence they once left me in. But this time, they'll be begging for my noise, begging for my presence, begging for a second chance. But there won't be one. I'm done playing savior. I'm done being the better person. I'm done being the one who understands. Now, I conquer. Now, I consume. Now, I destroy. You see, they built a monster. They handed me every reason, every scar, every night of doubt, every cold goodbye. They gave me all the pieces, and I assembled them into a weapon. And now that weapon's aimed right at everything they love. Not out of hate, out of clarity. Because love without loyalty is manipulation. Support without consistency is just noise. I see through all of it now. They weren't for me. They were around me, waiting, watching, hoping I'd lose so they could laugh without guilt. But now they'll watch me win, and every win will hurt. Every milestone will sting. Every victory will burn a little deeper into their pride. Until all they have left is silence and memories of the chance they wasted. I'll turn my back, and that view, my back as I rise, will be the last they ever get. So let this be the beginning of their reckoning. Let this be the chapter where they realize the villain they fear was once the friend they failed, the warrior they doubted, the soul they broke. But now, I stand tall, cold, reborn in fury and clarity. I don't speak to be heard. I speak to be remembered. And every move I make from this moment forward will echo the same vow. I will show them. I'll make my legacy louder than their lies. I'll make my silence stronger than their stories. And I'll keep rising until even the sky whispers my name through clenched teeth and humbled hearts. There's a difference between rising and returning. Rising means you're just starting to become something. Returning means you already were. And now you're back to finish what they feared. I'm not rising. I've risen. Quietly. Precisely. While they wasted their time performing for a world that forgets them in seconds. I was preparing. I wasn't just building muscle. I was building mindset. I wasn't just healing wounds. I was designing warfare. That's what they missed. That's the part they never saw. They thought silence meant weakness, that distance meant defeat. But I don't step back to retreat. I step back to reload. And now I'm locked in, dialed in, ready to unleash everything I've held in for too damn long. I don't want applause. I want aftermath. I want to hit so hard they question their reality. I want my victories to feel like slaps across the face of every smug smile they ever threw at me. I want my presence to be a reminder that some of us don't forgive, we evolve, and then we execute. They'll feel it first in whispers, in tension, in the way people start bringing up my name again. But this time, with respect in their voice and fear in their eyes. They'll hear how I'm moving, hear how I'm taking everything they thought was out of my league. And they'll try to act like it doesn't bother them. But it will. Deep down, it will. Because they know. They know they were wrong. They know they gave up on someone who was destined to dominate. And that kind of regret, it don't fade. It grows. It infects. It eats at your pride until you're left with nothing but memories of your mistake. And I'll be that memory. I'll be the ghost in every room they walk into. I'll be the silence behind every fake laugh. The shadow that follows their every step. Because when you betray someone who had nothing but realness for you, you don't get closure. You get consequences. And I'm the living, breathing, walking consequence they created with their own hands. They should have known better. Loyalty like mine doesn't come around often. Presence like mine doesn't sit at just any table. I was their chance at greatness, and they threw it away like trash. But now I sit at tables they'll never be invited to. I walk through doors that won't even unlock for them. don't say a word, because I don't have to. My results scream. My silence speaks volumes. I let my life do the talking. And every step I take without them is a slap to the face of their ego. They wanted me silent, small, humble. They wanted me grateful just to be near them. But now I'm untouchable. Now I move like a goddamn storm. And they don't get to come back when the sky clears. They don't get to return after the damage is done. Let them sit in their pride. Let them pretend they didn't notice. I'm not here to be seen. I'm here to be undeniable. And they'll feel me, whether they admit it or not. I hope they look at everything I become and see the version of themselves they never had the guts to become. That's what eats people alive. The realization that they had the same time, the same chances, the same hours in the day, and they wasted it chasing comfort while I chased legacy. While they stayed soft, I went savage. While they waited for signs, I became the storm. And now, I'm untouchable. I'm not a dream. I'm a reckoning. A reminder that the one they left behind was the one they should have feared the most. Because I didn't just survive. I thrived. I didn't just move on. I leveled up. And every scar they helped carve into me is now a part of the armor that makes me unstoppable. They didn't break me. They built me. And for that, I don't thank them. I bury them. This is the part of the story where I stop explaining and start executing. No announcements, no updates, just victories. Just wind so loud the silence becomes deafening. I'll make moves that echo across the timelines of every fake soul that ever doubted me. And when they look up and see me, they won't recognize the man I've become. Because I'm no longer the one who begged, who waited, who hoped. I'm the one who takes, who builds, who burns. And from here on out, I give nothing and take everything. Let the world watch. Let them wonder. Let them whisper. I don't need their eyes. I need their silence. Because when I'm done, they'll never doubt me again. I will show them, and I will do it without mercy.